Fastest time wins, and it's been very, very fast this week. The run, it's called a cloverleaf pattern. That means there's 3 barrels in front of the ladies. They can go 1 barrel to the right, 2 barrels to the left, or vice versa, and they have to pick it when they come up the alley, and it's timed right down to the 100th of a second with an electric eye.
We've had so much drama in tie-down roping and bronc riding, steer wrestling, not the case in barrel racing. Sherry Cervi, a record-setting year. To go along with that, she also set a new arena record earlier. And for Tana Pompano, not the way you want to start, as barrel number 2 hits the dirt.
Yeah, Tana, she just has had a rough time of it. You know, she's picked up some money. $13.99 would have been her time, but a knockdown barrel is a 5-second penalty, and that takes you out of it. That's too bad for her.
Jeannie Anderson, Kansas Cowgirl, enjoying her first Wrangler National Finals.
She's had a good week. Jeannie just came in, picked up nearly $11,000 already. You can see how tight these turns are. She has a good chance on Firebug to get out of here with a check in this round. You see her hustling right out to the electric eye in 13.86. Good for Jeannie. Right now, that puts her first in this go-around.
Sherry Lynn Johnson getting set. You and I talked about it earlier in the week. You know, Sherry Cervi's been pretty dominant, but from 1st to 15th, you know, any of these ladies have rolled in here over the last 9 rounds, and you know, from 1 to 15, they've had chances to win the rounds, and a lot of times that's exactly what they've done. Most even field of barrel racers I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, it shows the quality of horses that showed up this year. They are all very, very fast. Sherry Lynn gets around the 3rd and final barrel. It's a clean run. Hustles out of there. She's in there at 13.86, so she ties for the lead. Good for Sherry Lynn Johnson.
We have had so many runs in the 13s as Christina Richmond gets set. California Cowgirl, already a tough go-around.
You know, people don't realize how fast the 13-second run is. In fact, we'll probably watch the record that Charmaine holds. That's the fastest on all 10 runs. It's going to be broken tonight by whoever wins the average. Of course, that's going to be Sherry Cervi or Jill Moody, providing they don't hit a barrel. I'm not trying to jinx them, but that probably will be changed as far as that record.
Kelly Tolbert. Look at what Kelly Tolbert's done over the last few nights. She's been really good through the whole stretch. $60,000 in earnings. Kind of came in here in the middle of the pack. She's climbed to number 5 in the world standings going into tonight.
Yeah, and Cleo is, man, she is hitting on all cylinders. Oh, and you can see that trouble right there. She tried to hold her out. Cleo just shouldered in there. And that's the little trouble right there for Kelly Tolbert. She was 5th in the average.
Yeah, that really hurt. Sherry Cervi, you can see what she's done. $263,000. What an NFR for her. She has clinched the world championship, as we see Nellie rolling in here, Nellie Williams. But for Sherry Cervi, she's won the world championship, new arena record, and went over $2 million in career earnings.
Yeah, that is quite a feat. And oh, Blue Duck just comes around that 3rd barrel, a little out of position, but she's going to be okay. And 13.98 moves her into the top 3. You know, the real Ray, I mean, there is a little drama, and we're about to see it. This is Lisa Lockhart getting ready. But the drama is probably for the average win here. There's just 2 100ths of a second separating Sherry Cervi and Jill Moody. And Lisa Lockhart was right in the middle of it too until about 3 rounds ago she hit a barrel. But she and Louie, man, they have been spot on themselves.
Yeah, she's won $68,000 over 9 rounds.
This is a fantastic horse. She had good success on Louie when she took him to the Canadian finals, and she has good success tonight again. 13.77, new leader.
Well done for her. Now here comes Jill Moody. Talk about the drama in that average race, trying to keep the pressure on Sherry Cervi. Look at what Jill Moody's done. She's number 1 in that average. She's won $83,000 and is number 3 in the world right now.
Yeah, and she's holding Dolly off those barrels. She doesn't want to take a chance and hit a barrel. 2nd in the average. That's 40, we're adding 36 more thousand. And 13.85, so that now sets a new record on 10 runs, 13.85. But that still could be changed.
Brenda Mays, go-around winner earlier in the week.
Jethro, horse of the year this year, and they, you know, he and Brenda have had such a fantastic year. They came here in the top 5 in the world standings, and Brenda has had a decent week. She comes in number 6 in the average. She goes out with a 14-7. That's going to put her in the top 6 in this round.
Wow.
Oh, well, that cost somebody some money, and it wasn't Brenda Mays. Little camera lens broken there. And here comes Duke.
Checking the insurance right now. Here comes Brittany Posey, reigning world champion. Not the Wrangler National Finals you expected from her, but she was a lot tougher in the second half than the first half.
Yeah, and she just takes the lead in the round, 13:67, and she is placed now in the last 4 rounds. It took her a while to get going, but she is going now. She probably wishes it would continue another 10 days.
Lindsay Sears came to Las Vegas, number 2 in the world standing. She's still sitting right there. She's 7th right now in the average. Riding the great horse Martha.
Good look at it. This is actually a backup horse. This is Mo. Remember last night, Martha hit a barrel, and the barrel kind of rolled up under Martha. I think that Lindsay just felt like, she didn't want to take the chance, didn't want to injure Martha. 14:27, got on her backup horse, and here's the race.
Here comes Stingray. Sherry Serby, what a good-looking horse. You're not talking the past. What a good jockey she is in barrel racing.
Oh my goodness sake, she hit a barrel. So that will let Jill Moody win the average. It's not going to cost her a race for the world title, but that is going to drop her down a couple holes in the average. A 5-second penalty for Sherry Serby and Stingray. So Jill Moody will win the average and set a new arena record on 10 runs at 138.26, breaking Charmaine James. She was in there at 138.93. So congratulations to Jill Moody, and man, oh man, Stingray, you don't see that horse make a mistake like that very often.
You don't. What a great barrel race. You got Sherry Serby winning 83,000 coming into this round. Moody 83, Lisa Lockhart 68. Rich barrel racing for these gals.
Well, that's the money that's at stake here in Vegas. And we're watching Cindy Blanchard in shotgun. This is a good little horse too. Good looking, good style. Blanchard comes out. She's won over 32,000. She's going to move into the top 4, I believe, in this round. So another consistent run for Sydney Blanchard.
Vanette Barrington, Lubbock, Texas Cowgirl, wrapping up her first Wrangler National Finals.
Well, Vanette, I believe, got back on Nikki Brickhouse. This is the horse she ran the first 3 nights. She'll see if she can get a check tonight. Vanette just picked up about $8,000, 9th in that average. Ooh, wide on that turn though, so Vanette and Nikki got a little out of shape on the 3rd barrel, and it shows up. They have to have perfect turns to hit at that 13-second mark. Mistakes in that run took it away.
Angie Metters, 2 go-around wins for her. One round number 4 with a 13:68. One last night, really quick, 13:59. Keep in mind, Sherry Serby's new arena record was 13:49, so Angie Metters was right there with her. And what a story for her. 5 Wrangler NFRs, but they were all back in the 90s, First time she qualified, she was 14 years old. And it was been about 15 years almost since she had been at the Wrangler National Finals, and comes in, picks up right where she left off.
Yeah, and she's got 2 great horses, Fanny and Mulberry, and they're both very capable of winning in the rounds. And she and Mulberry tonight, it looks fast. This horse has got great speed, good stride, and 13:67. The very last girl on the bottom of the ground and still splits the go-around. That is amazing.
And a big finish for Angie Metters.
That's going to let her win the go-around. Well, no, she will split it with Brittany, I believe.
Yep, 13:67s. You can see it right there, but Angie Metters just winning or splitting first in the last 2 rounds. The big story, Sherry Serby knocking down